we worship here, is they think their mountain is the sacred mountain, Mount Gerizim. So, and then you got Shiloh, where the tabernacle stood for 360 some years before everything moved to Jerusalem. So again, it's just kind of a puzzle. Why this move? But the scriptures are pretty clear that Zion is where God says his name will dwell forever.
I mean, I think we know that we have to go back to at least the days of Abraham, because this is where the foreshadowing of the crucifixion takes place with Isaac on Mount Moriah.
Right.
I mean, it's right there, the very same place. So, I mean, that doesn't really answer the question, because that just begs the question of why would God want him to go there? But at least we can see that this goes all the way back to early Genesis.
Yeah, I think we've lost Doug is frozen again, which he warned us about at the beginning of the discussion tonight. Oh, now you're back.
Yep. I go out for about 10 seconds, like every 10 minutes. I don't know what's going on.
It's the deep state.
The deep state.
Or perhaps the deeper state, the principalities and powers. Well, we've, let's see, let me check the time here on this. We've been talking for nearly an hour. Wow, this has gone by very, very quickly. And I don't know that we've answered anything other than to just agree, I think, that there are certain areas in this world that are more significant spiritually and always have been. And certainly I would suggest that the political tension, which is a nice way of saying the occasional violence around the Temple Mount, suggests that there's more to it than just a political fight over who gets to control that 35-acre piece of ground.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, the sacred geometry, the sacred space, whatever you want to talk about, it doesn't go away. But I would say that the thing I would want to leave people with is just the promises of Messiah, that if all these different areas of the globe have these special places that people always recognize, they put their sacred structures on them. The point of the gospel is that Christ is taking back all of it, because his is the earth, and the promise was given that he would inherit the nations. And, go back to, again, Matthew 4, why does he start there? And why does it matter that he's talking about the Galilee of the Gentiles? I mean, I thought his ministry was to the Jews, first to the Jews. But here he starts with the Gentiles. Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah,
well, it's fulfilling the messianic promises.
And Matthew is very specific in saying it's across the Jordan. So it was east of the Jordan, which was that land that in his day and in ancient times was part of that kingdom of Bashan that was literally the entrance to the netherworld.
I mean, if he was Elisha and Naaman, you would think that he would have done it on the other side, right? He would have done it in the land of Canaan, in the land of Israel, but he doesn't do it. He goes outside of that, to the area of the unclean and the dead and all these kinds of things, for to be in his priestly ministry of cleansing the earth. And it's a really beautiful picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, once again, scripture more literal than most of us were taught coming up. So it's just why this is so fascinating, and why I appreciate having you guys as friends able to just share these ideas and thoughts, and pray that these are a blessing to people who see and hear these programs. Pastor Doug Van Dorn, he is a pastor of the Reformed Baptist Church, Northern Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. His website is douglasvandorn.com. And Dr. Judd Burton, director of the Institute of Biblical Anthropology, online tioba.org and burtonbeyond.com. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll have Brian back with us next time, God willing, and we look forward to doing this again.
Always fun.
Again, check the show notes for the links to Judd and Doug's websites. We'll even include a link to Brian Godawa's website, even though he is sadly not with us this month. But we will be back again in the month of August with another conversation. We're going to kick around some ideas and hopefully, again, get into some speculative theology, but always trying to bring it back around to the Bible. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast, following us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at View From Bunker, my personal Twitter account at Derek Gilbert. Facebook, we got a page there, View From the Bunker. And on Truth Social, Gab Me, We Get Her Parlor at Derek P. Gilbert. And of course, our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on video, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Gilbert House. But better yet, get our free mobile app. That way you bypass the gatekeepers of social media. If we should happen to, say something that they don't like, as we have had a few of these videos yanked by YouTube. We've got a strike against us for one interview so far this year, but you can avoid that. You make sure you don't miss a show by getting the Gilbert House app. You'll find it at gilberthouse.org/app, gilberthouse.org/app. You can also add us to Roku or Apple TV, the link there as well. And we're going to go back and start adding some of the audio archives from A View From the Bunker to the apps so that all of those archives are available that way as well. Because first, 7 years of the program, this was audio only. We've got literally hundreds of interviews in audio form. You can find them at the website, of course, vftb.net, also at our Spreaker page, but we're going to put those over on the mobile app and the Roku channel as well, because a lot of good content. And that's not, me bragging about myself. It's just I've been blessed to have talked to a lot of really interesting and really intelligent people since we began this program back in 2009. A couple of quick notes. We mentioned Turkey, Anatolia in the program. The tour that we had planned for Turkey this fall, we've decided to push off to 2023. For a couple of reasons. The economy, not great right now, but mostly because of the political situation in Eastern Europe. Russia and Lithuania, Russia and NATO getting fussy with each other. And if things should happen to break out between now and September, Turkey's a NATO member. And they might be drawn into something that we don't want to be anywhere near. So we're going to push this back to 2023 and pray that cooler heads prevail between now and then. Also working on getting a couple of special guests to join us, in addition to Doug Hershey, author of Israel Rising and Jerusalem Rising, the founder of Ezra Adventures, working with him to reschedule the dates for October of 2023. We'll get those dates specifically nailed down by January. We will, however, be in Israel, March 19th through 30th of 2023. Find out more online. We got a new tour page at our Gilbert House app, or Gilbert House website, rather, gilberthouse.org/travel. gilberthouse.org/travel. Information about our Israel tour coming up in March. Rabbi Zev Porat joining us from Tel Aviv and seeing many of these sites, including Gilgal Rephaim, the Serpent Mound of Bashan, and, of course, the places you want to see, like Nazareth, the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, Jerusalem, Mount of Olives, the Temple Mount. We will visit as many of these battle sites as we can. Mount Nebo, called in the Bible the Mountain of the Avarim, Mountain of the Travelers. What does that mean? And why is it prophetically significant? This will be like a rolling conference through the Holy Land, and we've got information online, gilberthouse.org/travel, with links there to the place where you can reserve your spot. Don't miss the Go Therefore conference. That's coming up in just a couple of weeks now. That is the last weekend in July, the 29th through the 31st, Friday and Saturday. I believe that's the 29th and 30th. Let me check those dates. Where's my calendar? There we go. Yes, 29th and 30th will be the presentations. And you can join us yet. This will be at the Harvest Revival Center in Brookville, Ohio. That's just outside Dayton. Find out more online at GoThereForConference.com. GoThereForConference.com. Great speakers. What a great lineup. Pastor Mike Spalding, Pastor Carl Gallups, Pastor Casper McLeod, Dr. Michael Lake, David Hevner, Coach Dave, Kenny C., Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. Quite a diverse gathering. Don't miss this. Tom Dunn talking about the spiritual warfare, where the rubber meets the road in spiritual warfare. Pastor Neil Peterson of Harvest Revival Center hosting. And again, GoThereForConference.com. Yes, streaming video is available if you can't travel. Do take advantage of this one. This is quite a gathering, and we're looking forward to getting together with all of our friends there. Mid-September, a conference in Live Oak, California, near Yuba City, the Dark Secrets, Bright Hopes Conference. I'll be speaking alongside L.A. Marzulli and Timothy Alberino. And get you details on where to sign up for that as soon as that information is available. Again, thanks for listening or watching wherever you're doing it. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, wherever else you find us, which is wherever fine podcasts are sold. Our announcer is DC Good. And A View from the Bunker is a production of Gilbert House Ministries, released under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives 4.0 International License. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is A View from the Bunker.